Welcome to Beer Corner USA's Beers of the Week. I'm Aaron Bush, manager of Beertopia.
And I'm Chris Bettini, one of the bartenders down here on Beer Corner USA. And we're going to do another one of our employees' picks with Breanna from Beertopia.
Breanna from Beertopia.
Hi.
How long have you worked here, Breanna?
This August will be 3 years.
And you work mostly evenings and every other Sunday, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent.
My first pick today is 1809 Berliner Weiss from Brouwerji Weinstefan in Freising, Germany. This beer style is from northern Germany, most notably from Berlin. Dates back to the 16th century, usually low in alcohol, and this one rings in at a 5% ABV.
Excellent. So we're going to do three of Breanna's favorite beers here in the store. And what do we got up first?
This is our first beer today, or my first beer today. It is 1809 Berliner Weiss. Very tasty, wonderful summer beer, but I really drink it year-round.
She does.
I do.
I have to stock it for her.
Just for me, mostly.
This is a Berliner Weiss, which is a slightly sour Weissen or wheat beer.
Really good.
It does.
And Aaron, the sour is...
It's a lactic sour. So you get a little bit of a kind of a funk to it. Not
Let's get the little bottoms in for everybody.
Thank you.
The wheat from the bottom.
yeah, obviously.
dregs.
The dregs. Ooh, that ooh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, it
Looks
does.
like a crystal ball in there.
Yeah. Now, do you guys like it mit Schuss with the syrup?
I just drink it straight up.
Most people in Germany drink this beer with woodruff or raspberry syrup added. We like it pure. It's got a nice wheat smell, but it also has that kind of sourness to it.
Oh yeah. Really get your squeeters going in the back of
You and your squeeters.
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 We could take that to an entirely different level.
But we'll leave it at the beer level.
Right, that's right.
It's got a nice crispness that is definitely good for the summer.
Really lemony.
Tangy, very lemony, like almost like there's zest in there. It's almost like a lemon's been squeezed in there already.
Almost has a woodsy kind of funky.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but it's a great sour to start with if you've never had a sour style beer.
Yeah, very
quite
very
delicious.
low on the sour, but it has a nice carbonation to it, and it's good.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Good pick,
Good
Breanna.
choice, Breanna.
Thank you.
Breanna's second pick is the St. Louis Gueuze Fond Tradition from Brouwerij van Honsebrouk in Ingelmunster, Belgium. This is made by blending young 1 and old 2 to 3 year old lambics into a new beer and then bottling for second fermentation. It's got an ABV of 5%. All right, so we're going to get on to Breanna's second beer, which is the Gueuze Fond Tradition from St. Louis Brewery, which also is the Castile Brewery.
Which is also a very tasty beer. Or
Absolutely.
Tasty. They do a lot of tasty beers. I was thinking of the Castile Rouge in particular. Thank you.
Now the
Oh, wrong glass.
no, it's all right.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
This is a lambic, so it is going to
Right.
be another sour beer, and it
I'm just too sweet, so I gotta drink the sours.
Yeah, she's Sour Patch Kid. Now, the interesting thing with lambics is typically they'll brew a couple of different batches, and they'll let some sit for up to 3 years, and then they'll blend them back with the younger version. So it's kind of a blend of 1, 2, and maybe 3-year-old beers. The older ones are going to be quite a bit more tart than the younger ones, so it balances it out a little bit. The nice thing about this one is the cloudiness from it. The color is awesome. It's a very tangy orange color.
it's real dry on the tongue, and because they use old hops, the hop is very diminished in this beer. You don't get a lot of hops. You get a lot of the, I would call it sweet from the malt, but yet you still get that kind of sour smell that comes off on the top.
Right.
It's very complex. It kind of makes you kind of want to keep drinking it, keep analyzing it.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a come back to me, have another drink.
Yeah.
It's that super dry finish that keeps bringing you back.
If you tried a sour and didn't like it at first, it's definitely a beer you need to go back and try it a couple of times, because the complexity of the sour just takes a while to get used to.
Yeah, like Chris mentioned with the hops, they use a couple-year-old hops, which really have no bittering power. It's just more of a staying power to kind of help preserve the beer.
And it's available in Max and Joe's as well as in the store.
Yeah, awesome
Delicious.
choice. Another great
Another good
sour.
one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Castile. Breanna's final beer today is Myrcenary Double IPA from Odell's out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Named for myrcene, it was a component of the essential oils in the hop flower. And the hops that are used in this contain the highest levels of myrcene, and this beer comes in at a whopping 9.3%. All right, the last beer that Breanna's picked is Myrcenary Double IPA from Odell's. Breanna, why'd you pick this one?
I picked this one because I've always been a really big fan of Odell.
Yep.
I was really glad that they came out with a double IPA. It just is super balanced. It has a nice mouthfeel, good carbonation. You can see the great head on top of it. A lot of tropical kind of fruity, almost pineapple pine notes in the nose. And the taste is just...
I get tangerines.
This is a new beer for them, too.
Yeah,
a little bit of apricot. Yeah. Very soft. It's very hoppy and very soft.
About 3 or 4 months old. It's actually year-round brew now. It's not seasonal, so it's available 24/7, 365.
4-packs over here in Beertopia, and occasionally on draft over in the Moon. What I like about this double IPA, for me, is extremely balanced.
Very, very balanced.
Yeah, but that's good.
I used to do it like, it's like, oh my gosh.
It's balanced, but it's balanced towards the hoppy side.
Yeah, it still kicks you in the back of the teeth a little bit.
A little bit. Creamy mouthfeel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, creamy mouthfeel.
Yeah. This is definitely a dangerous beer.
Yeah.
Just keep drinking it.
But at that over 9%, it'll sneak up on you.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason why it's only in a 4-pack and not a 6-pack.
Right.
It's a creeper beer.
Right.
It's a great one.
Another one from Odell's. Breanna, perfect choice.
Thank you.
Great
She
beer.
definitely knows her beer.
She is very beer savvy. That's why we've kept her around for so long. Well, folks, thanks again for joining us on Beer Corner USA's Beers of the Week with Breanna Thompson today.
I'd like to thank her, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Good pick. Make sure you come and check out Beertopia. She knows her beer.
Yeah.
Don't let her cute demeanor fool you.
It doesn't hurt.
And guys, don't forget to check us out on beercornerusa.com. Get on our e-newsletter. Keep up to date with everything that's going on down here. And Facebook. We've got pages for all the bars, for Beertopia, Beer Corner USA, and watch for upcoming episodes. We got something special planned. A bunch of us are heading over to Europe, and we're going to do On the Road with Beer Corner USA. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.